What's up, guys? So back from Labor Day. It was nice while it lasted, but man, hard to get going today. But I guess front and center this morning. I guess because we're coming off of a holiday that's devoted to all things employment. It really makes me think about like all of these kind of like YouTube channels out there, all these influencer types, which are just there's just an endless wave of those people, and especially on something like YouTube, where if they're talking data, whether it's like finance, housing, economics, whatever it may be in that realm, there's no shortage of grifters who are maybe trying to sell you a course, whatever it may be, and those things generally get a bad rap, like newsletters and whatnot. But again, like there are always exceptions to the rule. Mostly, it's terrible content, and I would just say, look, there are people who are convincing in terms of being, outwardly like presenting themselves as like very established and reputable, and maybe they have a few letters behind their name. But just understand that just because that's the case, that does not say make somebody a subject matter expert on its own. And the reason like I do this is because I see just an unending stream of terrible takes, especially as it relates to jobs, demographics, housing, because they're all connected. And to that point, I mean, there's a guy here locally who has a rather large following on here. He's a CPA, as am I, and I routinely see him misrepresent things, and I've tried to correct him politely. Sometimes people just don't know things, and that's okay, right? And I'm sympathetic to that to a point. If you have to correct somebody and they're not interested in listening to you, or if they give off the impression that, well, that makes sense, but then they don't change, then something, or they don't incorporate that new sort of knowledge into their way of thinking about things. Because again, a lot of these things that I'm pointing out in terms of population growth, he just gets wrong, then that's a red flag, and you should probably take a step back and think about who you're getting your information from, because we should not tolerate that type of behavior, I would say.